Well, Roseanne Barr just proved that you can destroy your entire career with a single tweet. Of course, she tweeted a twisted joke that the mainstream media is describing as rather racist. I think she tweeted something like that Valerie Jarrett was a cross between Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes. And this apparent bad joke has now caused Disney to cancel the entire Roseanne show, and Roseanne quit Twitter, and basically she's now persona non grata forever, it seems, for that. And because of this, I want to have a new standard called the Roseanne Barr standard. And we'll call it Raise the Bar, B-A-R-R, Raise the Bar standard. I want a new standard where every leftist that cracks a joke at the physical appearance of a conservative woman also has their entire career destroyed. So I think we should go back through all of the tweets attacking Sarah Huckabee Sanders and her looks and how she appears physically, and every left-wing journalist and commentator and famous person who attacked Sarah Huckabee Sanders or Donald Trump's hair or called him orange or whatever. All those people should also have their entire careers ruined and destroyed. I'm not against Roseanne Barr's career being totally destroyed as long as it's universal. As long as we apply the same standard. Again, raise the bar. So that it's not okay for anybody to crack a joke about how other people look, especially how women look. But why make it only about women? I mean, we live in an age where, according to the left, men and women are all the same. There's no difference, according to leftists. So you can't really single out just women, can you? It has to be applied to men and women equally. So basically, everybody who joked about Donald Trump's appearance should have their entire career destroyed and collapsed instantly, as what happened to Roseanne Barr. You see, I'm against the double standards. What Roseanne Barr tweeted was wrong. It was insensitive. I mean, let's face it. You start quoting Planet of the Apes when you're talking about someone that you don't like and their physical appearance and pointing out that she's got, this dark black hair around kind of a lighter skinned face, and you try to compare it to Planet of the Apes photos. That's not a real nice thing to be doing. I mean, I think you should attack people based on their ideas, their bad ideas, not based on their looks. So Roseanne's tweet was, a very stupid decision. But there's a lot of stupidity among leftists, too, who come out and tweet mean, horrible, evil things about the way women look and the way Trump looks and the way, Ivanka looks. I think they're just jealous of Ivanka because Ivanka's basically a supermodel. But they want to attack her over her looks, too. So let's have the Roseanne Barr standard. Again, what I call raise the bar. Apply equally to everyone. You see, what kind of a world do we live in today where, one half of society, it's okay if they insult and criticize conservative women based on their looks, but then the other half of society, the conservative half, they're not allowed to say anything about the looks of someone on the left. You see, the double standard, the hypocrisy is intolerable. That's what I have an issue with. I certainly don't endorse or condone Roseanne Barr's tweet. It was really stupid, as I said, and very, very insensitive. I would never tweet anything like that. I don't even think like that. But I guess she thought it was just a silly, offhanded quip, a joke. Well, turns out that I guess the joke is on her, because now her entire career has been destroyed. She probably lost millions of dollars in royalties too. Think about it, for her show not airing. She's losing big money. And all the work that she put in to film all those shows, and all the other crew and the producers and the editors and the camera people, and all their work now is never going to get seen because of this one tweet. Is that really fair? To destroy an entire production because of the tweet of one person, even though it was ill-minded or, ill-conceived, we'll say? Because I don't think anybody thinks that Roseanne Barr is a day-to-day racist. I've never seen Roseanne Barr in a KKK hat, a pointy white hat. I've never seen Roseanne Barr attacking people and calling people the N-word. This one tweet is not in alignment with the rest of her behavior. Now, if this tweet were tweeted by somebody who was like a practicing KKK person, someone who's like day to day, like they hate black people and they hate N-words, which of course I can't even say, dare not even say the N-word, lest I lose my entire career like what happened to Roseanne Barr. But my point is, if an actual racist tweeted something like that, then you could see, yeah, okay, that's totally racist. But when a non-racist person does a stupid tweet like that, she's probably on drugs. I mean, let's face it, she was probably drunk, or she was probably on medication. I'm not excusing her behavior. It was stupid. It's over for her. I'm not excusing it. But it's not like her. That's what I'm saying. It's not consistent with the kind of person that she's exhibited in terms of public behavior for many, many years. So in this case, you gotta have to question, like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened to Roseanne here? And by the way, Planet of the Apes, was a very forward-thinking science fiction series. I think the original parts of it, aired back in the 70s, right? It wasn't in the 1970s. I remember being a kid and seeing Planet of the Apes and thinking, why can't their mouths move appropriately? Every time they talk, their mouths don't move right because, they're wearing this big mask. And they were riding horses around. It was kind of weird. It's like, whoa, what's going on? It's like humanoid apes on horseback. What's this all about? But I don't ever remember anybody that I was hanging out with saying that those look like black people or anything like that. Never. It's just, I mean, I didn't grow up in a racist, household. I didn't grow up around a bunch of racists. So that thought never occurred to me. I was like, no, these are apes. These are like gorillas, like half human, half chimpanzees, like humanzees, or whatever you might call them today. It was a science fiction thing. But what? Roseanne Barr can't make an ill-conceived joke without losing her entire career? I guess not. Again, because of the hypersensitivity about political correctness today. You can't say anything outside the bounds without having your career destroyed. And that's why I'm glad that I can't be fired. I cannot be fired. I don't have a boss. I don't have a contract with Disney, thank God. You know why? Because I don't do contracts with pedophiles. Disney is a bunch of pedophiles. Always has been. I wouldn't do a business deal with Disney. Bunch of pedos. And they've ruined Star Wars, by the way. Totally ruined Star Wars. Everything Disney takes over, they ruin. Just drive it into the ground. They took over Marvel, and they've turned all the comics, the comic movies, superhero movies, into just social justice warrior nonsense. What are you gonna have, like trans Spider-Man next, running around? like Spider Gay Man. I mean, they just have to ruin everything. They just can't have Han Solo be a badass with a sidearm blaster? Why? You can't have... Oh, you have to have, now I see, a female lead every Star Wars movie beating up, bad guy men who are twice her weight or 3 times. Everything's become social justice these days. And Roseanne Barr pays the ultimate price for making a bad joke. A very bad joke, nonetheless. I don't know. It's just, I always think that we should treat other people with dignity, regardless of their color, regardless of their, sexual orientation, whatever. But we also have to have some allowance for people to make bad jokes. I mean, the whole history of comedy is a history of people making bad jokes. I mean, there are bad jokes about white people, and there are bad jokes about Jewish people, and bad jokes about black people, and lesbian people, and just on and on. And now I guess you can't have any comedy anymore that talks about any of those things. Well, except you can make jokes about Trump, you can make jokes about Texans, and you can make jokes about white people. I guess that's all okay, but you can't have a joke anymore. You can't have a stand-up comedy routine where you make fun of a black person or a Jewish person or a female. And it's just, comedy is dead because now it's just this whole realm of ideas. We can't make fun of human beings for being silly or being, a source of great comedy. Because, I mean, let's face it, there's stuff that all of us do in our cultures that's kind of funny. I mean, I remember Bill Burr, he did a stand-up routine talking about black people always like to use lotion because they don't want their skin to get ashy. And it was a hilarious routine. It's not making fun of black people for being black. It was making fun of part of the culture of black people using a lot of lotion and how white people, Bill Burr, being a white person whose wife is black, by the way, I think that's the case. He, as a white guy, learned from black people to use lotion on his skin. And it was a funny bit. And it wasn't racist, but today I don't think you could even do that bit because it would be decried as totally crazy racist. Just saying black people like to use a lot of lotion. They would say, that's racist. No, how's that racist? If black people actually like to use a lot of lotion. That's not racist. That's talking about the culture. Or Jewish people. I don't know, what are some of the habits of Jewish culture? You can't make fun of, Jewish culture habits without being called an anti-Semite? That's insane. I mean, even Texans, I'm a Texan, so can you make fun of Texans? I mean, again, that's socially acceptable right now. But I'd be okay with that if humor were unleashed so that we could make fun of all groups in the context of humor. In a stand-up comedy set, why can't you make fun of all different kinds of groups? Why can't you make fun of lesbians? Why can't you make fun of gays? Just as part of a comedy set where you might also poke fun at white people or Texans or, Native Americans for that matter. Why can't you make fun of certain groups? And the answer is because comedy's dead. Comedy's dead. Satire is dead. And it's a sad thing when you see this happening because it's like, well, the freedom to think is gone. The freedom to be able to express ideas that are funny, to poke fun at the idiosyncrasies that people have in their culture or in their family or what have you. Can't do that anymore. Like, can we make fun of Italians anymore? Can we have spaghetti jokes about Italians, or is that's no longer allowed either? Really can't do that. I see. So, again, the list of what we're allowed to make fun of grows shorter and shorter every day, and comedy is dying as a result. Again, I'm not excusing Roseanne Barr, and what she did was stupid and insensitive, but in light of the fact that the political left is mass murdering black babies every day with abortion, what Roseanne Barr did is nothing compared to the actual murder of unborn black babies. I tend to think we should get all upset more about the abortion genocide of black people rather than Roseanne Barr making a stupid Planet of the Apes joke. I mean, what about the killing of black babies? Isn't that actually shouldn't that be higher on the priorities list than somebody telling a bad joke? Even if you think it's racist, a racist joke. Does a racist joke, does that stack up against race-based murder? The actual, killing of black babies? See, I happen to think murder is a worse offense than telling a joke. Now, call me crazy, but in my mind, murder is worse than telling a bad joke, even than telling a racist joke. We got to put all these things in perspective. The whole news cycle is totally outraged over Roseanne Barr, but not at all outraged over Planned Parenthood murdering black babies. Or what about the psychiatric drugging of young black boys? What about the vaccines causing autism in young black boys, which has been proven by the science? It was covered up by the CDC. Where are the stories on that? Isn't that a bigger outrage? I mean, Roseanne Barr calling someone Planet of the Apes versus CDC pushing toxic vaccines onto black babies that cause autism in young black males. Which one's actually a bigger crisis in the world? What's the autism of young black babies? But according to the media, Roseanne Barr she is the epitome of evil, and she's the news, and nothing else matters. Not autism in black children. So you see, they've got the priorities all twisted. If you really care about black people, start standing up against all these systemic assaults on African heritage, through the food, through the medicine, through the abortion centers, through the toxic heavy metals, the lead poisoning in Flint, Michigan water, and all these other things. I happen to care about all human beings, black, white, or otherwise, and I don't want to see anybody being poisoned, and I don't think that it's appropriate to demonize Roseanne Barr when there's no such demonization of the actual murderers of black babies. So that's my take on it. I mean, yeah, Roseanne Barr, stupid, insensitive, just stupid. Just why would you throw away your whole career with one tweet? I don't know. Why would you tweet out something that some black guy looks like Planet of the Apes? It's just incredibly stupid. But at the same time, where's the outcry against the genocide of black people through abortion and other means? That's my question. You can be pissed at Roseanne Barr if you want, but if you're black, you're being systematically slaughtered. There's genocide against your race, and where's the outcry on that? That's my point. Thanks for listening. Mike Adams here, the Health Ranger. You can hear more podcasts at healthrangerreport.com.
Learn more at healthrangerreport.com.
Thank you for watching. If you want to support our mission, visit us at healthrangerstore.com for the world's largest selection of lab-verified superfood and nutritional products for healthy living. It's at healthrangerstore.com.